So very good morning to everyone. Namaste to all. Friday being the question answer day. I hope this time people are not asking me questions at 9:20. So we will start from your Q&A. Either no one overthinks or everyone has understood the concept very well. So anybody has any question to be asked for whatever concept we have understood? We have done a PowerPoint also, and we had explained you the reasons behind it as well. So any question from that? Still not able to stop worrying. It is a very inborn thing in a human being, because God has given us the gift of brain, which is a very positive thing, Kavita. But what we want to do about it, like rather, do I want to be action-oriented person or I just want to remain in my worry is another thing. If I have a particular worry, what am I doing about the solution of it? If that time I find the excuse that, oh, I would have done that if I had that, then nothing can help you. Because then procrastination doesn't help anyone. It has to be taken steps. Is that clear, Kavita? Or you can come on platform and tell me exactly what you want to ask. Please unmute Kavita, Meg.
It is, no, I don't procrastinate at all. So whatever action is required, I do it. But in spite of that, like certain things are beyond my control, or there's uncertainty, or there is insecurity. In that case, the worry sets in. So like,
in our language, security and it's all something which surfaces from within what you feel. Because like somebody who has a lot of money also can feel insecure, and somebody has no money can also feel insecure. Right? But the thing is that whatever makes you feel insecure, what are you doing about it? So one is I go on thinking about it and worry about it. And second is I introspect, I realize these are the steps, where do I require to prepare myself. Not everyone is prepared to handle it as well. The minute like we take these steps about it, that probably if I would have done it differently, these things could have been different. You cannot change your surrounding. You cannot change how people react. But I guess by now we all know what they are going to react and what they are going to do. And we want to be still attached to them for X, Y, Z, any reasons. Whether it is our need, whether it is a very close relationship, whether it is a job that you are in, whether it is the money, which is the factor, whatever is the factor, you know it the best. Why are you still associated? Because everyone has an option to cut off from that relation and not to remain in that relation.
Shall I tell you, like, for instance, I lent some money to somebody and the money is not coming for the last 2 years and it's a huge amount. So that worry is there, that when it will come, whether it will come, all that kind of a thing. And I'm doing everything possible to follow with the person. So you know, there's certain
in Theta language, in such things, we simply start working on ourselves, like it is our own set of beliefs which causes us to attract such experiences. And that is why it is very important to develop Theta way of thinking and Theta way of acting. So for example, like my second workplace where I had rented, like, you know, it started on a very good term, but then suddenly the owner started acting very funny. It was a rental place. So rather than thinking that, but why is this owner acting so funny? I have called an outstation client after asking her, and suddenly she says 5 days it will be shut. But the person is coming from abroad, has spent, like, I can't be so unprofessional, and like, why don't you want? I'm doing all my best, I will keep my staff, you are participating. But she was adamant that no, my place will be shut. What I did was not spending my energy on convincing her. What I did was I immediately went in the theta frequency of the brain. What belief of mine is attracting that? I did that clearing of the beliefs. I cleared some free floating memories. I did some work on myself. And in that half an hour, what work I did, immediately, 31st minute, her call came that I'm so sorry. I realized I was being very rude and very wrong. The place is yours. In fact, I have kept one of my staff for you. So this is not one place, like my passport is stuck. Like I can't deal with authority. My mistake. I didn't read the paper. I was busy in the workshop. I didn't go for police verification. I didn't give them the date. Now, absolutely, it was my fault. But what can I do? I already have paid up with Vienna for all our workshops. My US tickets are booked. I don't have days in my hand, 4 days to live before US, and my passport is nowhere, like no one knows. Because so the only thing I do is like again sit with myself. I work with my own B techniques and my theta techniques. I change, identify my beliefs. Where did it come from? Like there's a process called digging in theta. This is a very, very powerful process. There's an entire class for dig deeper for 2 days. And in spite of that, many times people don't get it clearly. In their higher levels, they understand how to do digging, because digging is diagnosis. The correct diagnosis is very important. So it is not that digging comes so easily to people. But when you find the root cause of it, like change it, instantaneously you are getting a call from the police station and saying, ma'am, you are damn lucky. How it happened, we don't know, but your passport is here and we'll do our best. So this is what we do. So we take that actions and we are like immediately, but I got myself prepared. So before my journey into alternate healing, my life was very different. And after that, life is very different.
Okay.
After that, this is my strength. Like where people see me in the flight doing this, people see me suddenly doing that, sitting in the car, my eyes are shut. So everyone around me now knows that she's channelizing something or she's doing something. So no one even bothers me. That is what we do.
Okay.
Rather than worrying, because worrying is not going to give me anything. Just take action. What can I do about it? And knowing it very well, fundamentally, I know one thing: whatever happens to me is my creation. I attracted it. There is a learning attached to me with it. So then prioritize that and learn it, take action. And we still continue learning further, because that's the only thing I'm going to carry back.
Beautiful. Wonderful. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kavita. Can we please unmute Amrita? So Amrita is, after action, I feel I could have done like that, or galat ho gaya. I should not have take action. Yeah, Amrita. Please unmute Amrita.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi, good morning, Amrita.
Good morning.
Amrita, everyone feels it that way. Like, you are not the only one, so don't worry. People who don't feel it are majority times, my thought process is, they come from a sense of assurity. Like, मुझे यही चाहिए और ऐसे ही चाहिए. Not neither like little bit this way or that way. Some of them fall in the category of being a perfectionist. Some of them, what we call little stubborn or jiddy. ये चीज बदलेगी नहीं, ये ऐसे ही होगी. And we are not defining and putting anyone in the category of positive or negative. But like, if you are thinking whether what I did was wrong or right, rather than that, if you put it in a way of what I did, could I have done it in a better way, and what would that be? And what action do I require? Rather than putting yourself behind bar and saying galat hua ya sahi hua. Galat and sahi is judgment. And galat and sahi from whose perspective? Because probably what is galat for you or galat for someone is sahi for you. Right? So rather just change that perspective rather than asking yourself galat and say, if at all you want to ask, how does that make you feel when the incident is over? Would you like to, like, what did you learn out of that and how you could have improvised on that? And being happy with what happened, given in that circumstances, you did your best from what you understood the best at that point of time, and what I could have done better, and then start implementing it right there and not to keep it for the next incident to happen, because that action can be taken right there. Is that making sense? Is Amrita there? I can't see.
I'm there. I'm there, Mambo. I was so I overthink just because thinking whether this is, should I say, should I not say with this person, how will this person
One
react?
sec. Maya, can you just put pin her also together as we usually do? Because like I need to see them, I can't connect to them otherwise. Yeah. Tell me.
So that's what I'm saying, that I think a lot, just thinking that if I say this thing, how would the other person react? I know I'm correct in saying that, so that I don't take that much of pressure on me, and I should just clear it out. However, I feel if I say so, the person might take it differently, or might not. The relationship might not go smooth after that, or something on those lines, that I
That happens.
overthink a lot.
That's exactly point one we had explained in overthinking. Because everyone
Mm,
wants to think on others' behalf, and like why they will, what will they feel, how will they feel, and it is impossible to please everyone because they have
correct.
their own thought process and they have their own way of thinking. So probably all the pointers that I had explained that time, because it happens when a little bit of lack of self worth, or like anxiety, lack of self confidence, any past trauma, imbalance between your intuition and intellect. Because no matter what, your intuition always and always guides you with the right thing. It may not match with your intellect at that time, but intuition will just tell you that ideally, like this thing should be like that, just do this one. And using your intellect to execute it. Sharpen up your intuitive skills to the level where it is showing you path all the time. It's that Google map. And I think probably like much more better version of it. It just knows exactly what to do and how to do, and just do at that point of time. And then, as I explained, Kavita, like how we operate in such situation is to identify that when the person is acting weirdly opposite person, what belief of mine is attracting that, and then change that belief in theta level. Where is that belief coming from? When was the first time? What did my higher self do? Like there is, it's the entire process of digging, that where is that coming from? And so there are like multiple different processes. So what we do is to let that thing happen again and again. We identify at a core level where are we getting stuck, and we stop that. And it does change very beautifully. It does change, because everything begins at thought level or emotional level, nothing else. That is the root cause. Everything else is afterwards. What emotion you feel, you have a thought in your mind. बंदा क्या सोचेगा मेरे बारे में, बराबर, उसको कैसा लगेगा. Now, why is it important उसको कैसा लगेगा is for you. उसको यदि वो खराब लगा, how does that make you feel? The minute, what if the person will live out of my life? What if that will happen? That is making you feel insecure. But why is that making you feel insecure? Why is that very important for you? Why is it very important for you to look at? So like there are like multiple questions and multiple things which are attached to that. Multiple levels of questions. Each level goes down and identify at a thought level what belief do you have. And where does that belief come from? Is that my core level belief? If it is my core level belief, where is that coming from? It's my genetic belief. Like, where is that coming from? So are there another dimensions attached to my genetic level belief? Is it in a form of an obligation, in a form of a curse? It is in a form of something? Then that needs to get cleared. Is that at an energetic level, some psychic hook, psychic attack? Then that needs to get cleared. When you clear that, like, see, understand a thought generated has an emotion attached to that, and that emotion creates an energy field in you. That energy field makes you feel, makes you insecure or secure, and that energy field leads to having impact on your physical body. Nothing outside that works. Nothing outside. Everything is in just this 4 levels. इसके आगे पीछे और कुछ नहीं है. Majority time, our actions are only on the last step. Physical body, physical reality. Physically, I am not doing that. Not realizing actions ideally should be at the first 3 levels. Then the third level, energy level, will still remain even if you change it. Will still can go on reoccurring if you don't change the physical and the thought and the emotional level. So very important to understand the thought and the emotional level to be able to rectify the energy field and the physical reality. Is that making sense or too technical?
No, it is. It is.
Guys, yeah. Yeah, who is next? Meg, please bring that Anusha on the platform. So till I read Anusha's thing, you can bring Anusha on the platform. I have tendency to be extremes. I choose to be in balance. I have anger, resentment, regrets, issues, even if I know what I had to learn, but not able to let go. I bring myself to balance for a while, but loop continues. I do meditations, it helps, but I think only layers go, so dig deeper and keep going down, yet it returns. I choose to work on this. I think it's tendency to control things that causes frustration. I keep quiet and do be. Number one thing, Anusha, like what we are doing, you have not learned it. So like probably you have already enrolled for foundation and we are starting it in another 45 minutes, the class, right? 10 o'clock. So you will learn that very beautifully. What we are doing is something B technique, what I do on the platform is very different than what you actually learn to use it for yourself. And I listen to intuition now better than before. So what happens, Anusha, if I have to ask you, how old are you? And how old, your general answer will be your current age when you were born. But if I ask you, how old is your soul? How old is your soul?
I just know, ma'am, through some meditation that once upon a time I did. Like I had done pranic healing courses. So there was something called soul meditation in that. So when I did that, I felt like it's been years and years and years and I'm stuck. And I cried a lot after that meditation. But I don't know
how old is your soul? Give me a number. You don't know, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm sure no one on the platform knows how old is their soul. So imagine for thousands and thousands of years, your soul is traveling and have gathered so many imprints. And if you say that without me delayering those imprints, In fact, I have started writing my experiences, and as I write, like, one very distinct part which I realized is I can't connect to myself in this lifetime anymore. It's so vague. I don't remember when I meet my school friends and they talk about school experience. I don't remember anything. I don't remember when people say, you used to do that. People younger to me say, oh, this had happened to you. And I'm like, yeah, really? I don't remember when my children say, Mom, you used to do that. Okay, yeah, really? It is such a disconnect because I've done so much work on myself. But when I see my past life, it feels so real, as if this has happened. And I feel like I'm living multiple lifetimes in this one life because I'm finishing learning of this one lifetime without going through the physical death. I start my journey of my second life agenda, and then I start my journey of my third life agenda, because one thing I've understood that there's always a life after life. So probably the name Sangeeta remains attached on this physical body as a vehicle, but probably I'm not living life only for what was Sangeeta's purpose of life when she was born. I finished and escaping death door many times using these tools, and then starting the new journey, and without now even attracting the death door, starting the third journey, and then starting the fourth journey. So delayering is very important for the soul, because then the ultimate goal for the soul is to remain one with the seventh plane. And then there is no more life and death, because the learning has been done. So you are doing well, and where you are growing, and delayering is not a negative thing, and it does, like, everyone feels that, oh, so much I did, and again this happened. But millions of years you have gathered it, and what work you did is probably few hours, few days, few months. And compared to that, millions of years you have gathered. You have not invested millions of years to clear that. One past life I see in probably that 60 minutes, 80 minutes, 90 minutes, or probably 2 hours. But I lived for 80 years. And then I say, अरे मैंने तो मेरी past life देखी थी, वापस कैसे आया? अरे वापस मतलब उसके कितने dimension है?
Ma'am, like you had mentioned that sugar cube thing, that bottommost thing, if you remove the ant or whatever doesn't.
Absolutely. But understand one thing, when I say I'm angry, I'm resentful. Okay. Now I am resentful itself has 1,000 multiple dimensions. I resent people who speak with a very bad tone. I resent if things are very unorganized around me. I resent spicy food. I resent taunting people. I resent me not being good enough. I resent this. So, like, there are multiple aspects of it. So even if when I pull one belief, I am angry, it doesn't, then I have to pick up one situation. And in that one situation, you go deeper and deeper. So then that one layer gets clear, but then are like multiple layers.
So, ma'am, like if in case there are 4 levels, right? 4 levels of beliefs. So if
Levels of belief, that is what we teach at basic level. And then when you do you and God, that time there's 4 level. Each level of fall belief again has 4. And then again that each layer of you and God, like then at each core level, you work at 4 different levels. Genetic level, you work at 4 different levels. So that's how like the work goes on, becoming deeper and deeper. And the cleanse is deeper. It is like, कपड़े पे धूल जमी हुई है, तो पहली बार मैंने उसको धूल को उठाया, दूसरी बार I took like just a cloth, third time I wet the cloth and wipe it, fourth time I took actually the soap water and I cleaned it. So every layer is different, no? Or fourth time I just take something to polish it and make it new.
Every layer, if there's a stack, and if you remove the bottommost thing, then it falls and it doesn't return.
It falls. So then that is what is called digging. So then I don't need to go on clearing those 1,000 beliefs. I clear the core belief and my other 1,000 beliefs are already gone. And that's why I channelize downloads for you guys. So there is, in that space, I do a lot of other work for you guys that, I mean, what belief of them and all. But that awareness is very important, because somebody else is cleaning your house and you don't understand that to not to stop making mess. You don't understand that I need to clear it myself, and that then the learning doesn't happen. And then the universe has only one thing, it is your soul's learning, not anyone else's soul's learning. Then it comes back, like things come back when we have not yet learned completely. There is something remaining for my soul to learn from it. It's not a negative thing when something what we consider negative happens in the life. It's simply a learning experience. The minute we learn, we don't have the same problem anymore. You can be with your children. Yeah, guys. Anyone else has any question? Yeah, no one. It's 9:28. Let's quickly pass healing to everyone, if you give me permission. And just to download, would you like to know what it feels like to allow yourself in alignment with your own divine self, and that it is completely possible? I know what it feels like to be in alignment with my divine self, and let my divine self speak, think, operate. That is possible for me to let my divinity shine, and it is possible for me to seek guidance from the divine self that is within me. I choose to operate with my divine self in my everyday life, in every aspect of my life. I acknowledge my divine self. I attract the divinity from others. I am the divine self. Into every cell of your body, every area of your life, at all the four level of your beliefs, for each one's highest and the highest and best possible way for each one. Please say yes to receive the feelings. Thank you, it is done, it is done, it is done. Creator, show me. You all can open your eyes and have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Anywhere you are getting stuck, please go through the video and please go through the pointers that I had mentioned to you guys, where I had said these are the points which causes us to overthink. Where you need to reflect on is on each point that we mentioned, because each point has many other deeper layers, and that is what needs to be cleared and cleansed. The meditation that we had guided you, and so I guess whoever did, do remember the meditation of the train and like everything that was the guided imagery there, like initially stopping at each station and then talking to the person and then taking the train directly to the soil Z. So please, whatever was guided to you in the meditation, you can just think about it, listen to the downloads more. It will definitely help you. Do let us know any other aspect of your life where you are getting stuck. You can tell us and we can take that as a topic for the next week. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. And some of you, I meet you again in half an hour. Thank you so much for joining. Lots of gratitude.